Now, I would definitely have to say that one aspect of Episode 9 that I'm truly looking forward to seeing in this movie has all to do with the character of Luke Skywalker being portrayed by Mark Hamill once more in this story by JJ. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, that is of course one of the big things that a lot of people are looking forward to in this movie is exactly how JJ is going to utilize the character of Luke, Leia, Lando, Kylo Ren, and Rey, and exactly where these characters are going in this story. And I think that's the thing that really does fascinate me the most about this movie, since not only it's going to be the last of the Skywalker saga, at least for now, but also exactly what's going to happen to some of these characters, right? Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Luke Skywalker being portrayed by Mark Hamill, and of course Kylo Ren being portrayed by Adam Driver on one of the set designs. Now, what's really intriguing is that it's described that Mark Hamill shot a sequence with Adam Driver inside of a large throne room where Hamill was said to be arguing with Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. It's described that Driver was shouting at Hamill as Luke. It was said to be a very emotional sequence in which Luke delivers lectures to Kylo that he does not want to hear. It's implied that Luke was a Force ghost and that Hamill was acting in front of a green screen. Additionally, other sequences involved Mark exchanging dialogue with Adam about the netherworld of the Force, and that pieces of dialogue for Luke in this sequence was taken from the original script of Return of the Jedi, in which Obi-Wan talks to the Emperor as a Force ghost. It's described that this sequence offers many elements of the original script of Episode 6 that hardcore fans will notice right away. So I don't know if you guys ever saw the original script of Return of the Jedi. I scanned through it years and years ago, and I can remember it so vaguely at this point, but there was an element in there, and it definitely does match directly up with this, where both Obi-Wan and Yoda are indeed helping Luke out in, of course, Emperor Palpatine's throne room. Now, with that being said, you can see the inspirational pieces, you can see the parallels to the original script that J.J. Abrams is inserting into this movie. Now, I want to go over the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker interacting with Kylo Ren inside of his throne room. Now, not only would this be a special moment for Star Wars fans, I know a lot of you guys, by the way, are completely turned off by the idea of Luke being a Force ghost, which is okay. You know, I understand that. Everybody has their opinions, and that's perfectly fine. But when we look at the character of Luke being portrayed by Mark Hamill, not only are we getting flashbacks, but we're also getting Luke in the form of a Force ghost in this movie, as well as voiceover work in the beginning of the film. So, with that being said, this whole entire throne room sequence, not only would this pretty much be inserting new types of lore that falls under Disney, where we actually have a dark side user as Kylo Ren, witnessing a Force ghost that's associated with the light side of the Force. That to me is going to be a very interesting angle of Star Wars that J.J. Abrams is going to have to explain, because as of right now, to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, a dark side user cannot see a Force ghost that's associated with the light side itself, or any Force ghost at all for that matter. So with that being said, I'm really intrigued about exactly what JJ is going to do that's going to change the rules of the Force and exactly, you know, the whole entire idea of the netherworld. And that brings us to the netherworld, right? This is where we actually have that dialogue being exchanged between both Luke and Kylo, where Luke is giving lectures to Kylo Ren about the netherworld of the Force. Now, we heard about this lightly years ago, that JJ actually wanted to do something very special in the sequel trilogy, and once he did not get the chance to do episode 8, now he's back for episode 9, and it seems as though that this could very well be that moment. At least I hope, right? So this movie is really going to deliver when it comes to everything that we are looking for, but it's all about substance, meaning, and purpose to me. You know, you need to actually create some kind of substance behind these pieces of nostalgia. So when we look at this sequence involving both Kylo and Luke, it is something brand new, which is something that I do respect, because we've never seen something like this before on the big screen. It's kind of like imagining Darth Vader seeing the Force ghost of Obi-Wan in the original trilogy. Quite surreal, right? That's exactly what JJ is aiming to do in this film. That's really going to catch people off guard, visually speaking. So, I'm not quite sure how it's going to flow when it comes to the dialogue between both Kylo and Luke. After all, if you think about it, this is a great thing, because in The Last Jedi, we never got a long conversation between both Kylo and Luke Skywalker. I mean, at most, they exchanged maybe 1 minute of dialogue. If you piece it all together, maybe even under that. So, for them to explore, more scenes between these two characters, I think is a great and healthy thing for the Star Wars franchise in order to really create that relationship as, of course, uncle and nephew on the big screen, and kind of just making it more in-depth when it comes to the story. So what do you guys think about this whole entire sequence, how, Adam Driver was arguing with Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, and it's described that Adam Driver was shouting at Mark Hamill as Luke. You can really see the tension in this sequence and exactly what JJ aims to do. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.